From hellacious dark rides, to the ghost of Walt, to the mysterious tunnels beneath Walt Disney World, the happiest place on Earth has some dark theories surrounding it. Welcome to the Crafty Cryptid, a channel dedicated to the eerie, the chilling, and the mysterious. If you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe and ding the notification bell. I post once a week to this channel. Today, let's dive into a few more dark mysteries about Disney. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is a beloved dark ride in the Magic Kingdom Park of Disneyland. Its story is based on Disney's adaptation of The Wind in the Willows, one of the two segments of the feature film The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Passengers begin their journey by crashing into a library where McBadger is seen teetering atop a ladder with a stack of books. They continue as if in the car with Mr. Toad, through Toad Hall and into the town square, causing chaos and destroying everything around them, until, at last, they end up running onto a set of train tracks. Passengers are made to believe the train has hit them when they plunge into the final part of the ride. A cartoonish but literal depiction of hell, complete with demons and dragons dancing and laughing at their misfortune. This might all seem pretty dark for Disney, but it's absolutely true. In fact, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was so popular that Walt Disney World created its own version of the ride. Eventually, however, the Walt Disney World version of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was shut down and replaced with a Winnie the Pooh ride. So, where does the theory come in? Well, in Walt Disney World, Mr. Toad is said to have a headstone in the pet cemetery part of the Haunted Mansion, but its epitaph has been obscured. Many believe that it reads, "Here lies Toad, it's sad but true, not nearly as marketable as Winnie the Pooh." There are tons of conspiracies surrounding the tunnels beneath Walt Disney World. In fact, the existence of the Utilidor tunnels is even contested in many places on the internet. They do exist, and they are used by Disney employees to get from one area of the Magic Kingdom Park to the next, without having to be exposed to the enormous crowds that visit Disney every day. Some believe that nefarious things happen in these tunnels, from human trafficking to slave labor. There is even a theory that Disney has its own jail in the utility corridors for unruly or disruptive guests. While there is no proof, the internet will never be satisfied with that answer. However, if you wish to see the Utilidors for yourself, Disney offers a tour. Perhaps you can uncover the mysterious criminal behavior said to go on under the radar. When you think of Disney, unless you picture the Haunted Mansion or the Tower of Terror, you probably don't think of it as a scary place. The happiest place on Earth is not what most people associate with horror, but there are plenty of spooky and unexplained experiences that have occurred within the walls of the Mouse's kingdom. In previous videos, we've already covered the macabre history of Walt's mother's death and the mysterious circumstances surrounding the closure of River Country. But did you know that Walt Disney World is supposedly haunted? When Walt Disney was alive, he often stayed in an apartment in the Magic Kingdom of Disneyland, directly above the fire station. This apartment was not known to many people, especially not to guests. It was Walt's way of recuperating from the crowds peacefully by himself, while also being able to watch the children having fun in his theme park. When the man himself graced the park with his presence, employees would light a lamp in the fire station to let everyone know that the boss was there. After Walt died, an employee attempted to turn out the lamp one last time, but the light itself kept switching back on. After this was discovered, a number of Disney employees said that they had witnessed the ghost of Walt Disney in his apartment, still watching over the land that he created. One even reportedly heard him say, "Don't forget, I am still here." To this day, the light in the firehouse remains on. Walt's ghost may be haunting the firehouse in the Magic Kingdom. So, what could be haunting the popular attraction known as It's a Small World? Employees and guests alike have claimed that the dark ride is haunted. Music plays when it shouldn't, dolls move after being turned off, and employees claim that several will watch them cleaning at the end of the night and blink their eyes. One creepy story about the haunted It's a Small World comes to us from a blog called Course of Horror. As a person who has grown up going to Disney World almost every year, I have had my fair share of experiences on different rides at the park. I have been on many broken down rides, which is always a bit strange, but nothing compares to one experience I had when I was about 10 years old. My family and I were getting on a ride called It's a Small World. On this specific experience on the ride, we started off just as any other time I had been on it. We were making our way through when all of a sudden our boat came to an abrupt stop, swinging my 10-year-old self right into the seat in front of me. I looked around, and the moving dolls began to slow down around us. The music also began to slow down, and everything appeared normal, just as any ride would be when it is broken down. Then, all of a sudden, the music began to speed up a bit, but still not to normal speed. The volume went up, and the sound that came out was screeching the words, "It's a small world after all." This definitely gave me an uneasy feeling. I looked over to see a conveyor belt of dolls that had all stopped completely. One of the dolls on the lineup seemed to be looking directly at me, and then, as I was staring it down, the hand came up and waved slowly back and forth. Just a moment after, the lights went dark, resulting in screams all around, including myself. I grabbed my mom's arm, and she told me I was ridiculous about seeing the doll move. But to this day, I am confident that the doll waved, while the rest of the dolls were clearly not operating. Soon after, the lights went back up, and the ride proceeded as normal, but I was too freaked out by it all to enjoy any of it. If that wasn't freaky enough, Wait until I show you the photo I uncovered during my search on this topic. While digging for more paranormal stories of It's a Small World, I came across this photo loaded to the site IMGUR. It was uploaded in 2012, but according to the person who posted it, the picture is from the year 1999. The poster claims that, in 1999, their family went to Disneyland and rode on the Small World ride. They were 12 years old at the time, and their sister was 6. They greatly enjoyed themselves on the ride, laughing and smiling and singing along to the song. But when they neared the end, the ride broke down, as it often does. The lights shut off, and emergency lighting came on, illuminating the ceiling. The moving displays all shut down, and the music stopped. Crew members ushered passengers out of their seats and onto the walkways to help them to the emergency exits, where ambulances and police cars were parked. A voice came over the loudspeaker saying, "Disneyland thanks you for your visit. Please evacuate the attraction in an orderly fashion. Keep looking forward and follow the directions of staff. Thank you." The poster says that the staff would not tell them much as they were ushered outside, but their mother still had her camera and snapped a few photos. When she directed her camera upward, this is what the film roll caught. This photo has circulated the internet ever since. What is that hanging above? Theories have ranged from a suicide to an accidental hanging of a child or a crew member because of the red overalls they wear, the same ones that appear to be on this figure. From how small the body looks, it doesn't appear that it could be a crew member. But how would a child come to be in that situation? In my opinion, it seems like the figure in the photo is not a living person at all, but one of the many mechanical dolls in the attraction. That leaves me questioning, why is there a doll hanging from the ceiling of It's a Small World? What scene could it be a part of? Is it just a backup, or some weird kind of storage? Why would they store a doll several hundred feet in the air? No matter the theory you come up with, the photo is very eerie, and the questions it leaves us with are innumerable. I hope you enjoyed this video. To be notified when I post next, click subscribe and ding the notification bell. I post videos once a week. Leave a thumbs up and a comment for the YouTube algorithm. And let me know what subject you'd like me to cover next. This was a scripted video, but if you prefer the informal way I narrated the last one, let me know. I am looking for some direction for the future of this channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. And come back soon, Cryptids.